Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. This is our board meeting for Monday, February 10th, 2014. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Here.
Trustee Butler. Trustee Mount.
Here.
Trustee Mattingly.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. Let record show there's a quorum present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by trustee Manley, second by trustee Husk. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. We have the council meeting minutes from January 27, 2014. Any corrections or clarifications? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mount, second by trustee Smith. Once again, any questions, corrections, clarifications? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those are also approved. We have expenditures this month of $632,955.94. First time I can remember in quite a while we've been under $1 million, so that's nice. Some of the more larger expenses for our health insurance, a little over $106,000. And Lake County Public Works is just under $300,000 for our sewer connection. That's, I think, a 2-month bill. Okay, any questions by the trustees at all on any of the bills for this month? The departments have all reviewed them, the trustees have all reviewed them. If there's no questions, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mattingly, is there a second?
Second?
Dutcher. Second by Sylvia? Okay. Hey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, those are approved also. We have no ratifications tonight. We'll move on to our standing committee reports. Trustee Mount?
Well, thank you, Mayor. I do have a SWACO report tonight. As usual, I just want to announce that all household chemical waste collections are held at our Estes Street facility in Gurnee. We do have 2 or 3 of those a month by appointment only. You can go to SWACO.org for those appointments. We will be having 6 mobile collections throughout the county this year. They haven't been formally announced yet. There will be one in our area, be it in Fox Lake at Grant Township. But I'm not sure if it's March or April just yet. But we want everybody cleaning out their basements and their garages of all their household chemical waste to make sure to think of SWACO. Electronic collections at Public Works in Round Lake Beach, 24/7. Skids are there provided. Just lay out your old TVs and stuff there. Something I've given all the trustees and the staff, and I've also got copies at the entrance, is a sheet here. It says, how long does it take to decompose? This is really interesting because it talks about how paper towels, once they get to the landfill, 2 to 4 weeks to decompose. Plastic bag, and this is why some states like California, and hopefully we've tried it here in Illinois a couple years ago, plastic bags, 200 to 1,000 years to decompose. It was announced today by United Airlines that they will suspend all use of styrofoam cups. So that's a biggie, because with all their facilities, there's a lot of styrofoam that's not going to be used. Here it says foamed plastic cups, 50 years to decompose. I've heard that styrofoam plates, were one of the items that went 200 to 1,000. So, but anyway, pick up one of these as you leave. There's plenty of them. If we need more, we'll get them. But I thought it was real interesting. For all your solid waste needs, go to swaco.org. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Mount. Any other announcements by the board? Okay, move on to mayor's report then. First, I'd like to wish trustee Valdez a happy birthday. Sylvia, happy birthday. And I figured have Chief Bitler come up and join us now. It's time for the police annual employee recognition.
Thank you, Mayor. Much appreciated. It's one of the highlights of my year. We all know that there's a lot of good work goes on within the village. We have a lot of good employees working village-wide. And tonight is absolutely my honor to recognize some of those. So we'll start off with a recognition letter for the Human Resource Director, Nancy Steen. We'd like to recognize Nancy for all the work she does on behalf of the police department. Well, not only the police department, but she does a lot of work for the entire village. So Nancy, if you could join me, please, I'd appreciate it. It's a letter of recognition for Nancy Steen. We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize you for all you do for members of the police department. We sometimes take for granted the effort and time it takes to keep everyone in compliance with all the labor laws and annual training that goes with it. Tracking time, benefits, and pay are a never-ending issue. Yet whenever anyone needs assistance, you cheerfully drop what you're doing and often go out of your way to help. Whether it is a personal issue, a personnel issue, a question about benefits, or future retirement options, you are always there to help. You are always very approachable and friendly, which makes it easy to work through whatever issue is present. On behalf of all members of the police department, we wish to thank you for your support and a job well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I have two Community Service Awards here tonight, and the Officer of the Year Award. And before I start, because I'll forget if I don't, I'd like to recognize the family members that have come out to support these officers. Without these family members, the job would be much more difficult than it already is. For Gardner Wade, who is the Officer of the Year, he has his in-laws here, Sherry and Gary. Great man. Thanks for being here. Wife Heidi. There you go. There she is. Okay. And Gavin and Aubrey are here. They're children. Gary, there's an escapee. Whose kid is that?
That's ours.
It's, Gary Lund, his wife Mary is here, and Kira, is it? Kira? Okay. His daughter. CSO Alanis is here. Her parents are here. Federico and Adelia. Close enough. I'm sorry. And is Marissa here? Oh, there she is. Hi, Marissa. Thanks for coming out. Additionally, everybody else that came out, the officers that came out to show support is very much appreciated. So without further ado, we'll start with, who do we got here? Officer Gary Lund. Come join me, please. Gary was in investigations for a very long time, and we made a decision that it was time for him to go do something else, so we put him back on patrol. And you're always a little leery of, he really loved investigations. How is he going to do doing something else? And he has far exceeded what is expected as usual, and he has really taken a lot of these community programs and really done a great job with them. Whereas it is the policy of the Round Lake Beach Police Department to recognize the exceptional community service of a member of the police department. And whereas Officer Gary Lund has spontaneously developed, enhanced, and managed some of the most successful community events we have ever seen. And whereas Officer Lund developed a specialty car program that partnered area businesses with the police department to expose the community to our officers in venues that create a more approachable environment. And whereas Officer Lund volunteers his time to showcase the specialty vehicle at parades and events which promote a positive image to the community. And whereas Officer Lund managed an event that provided 12 area families with full Thanksgiving meals delivered to their houses. And whereas Officer Lund managed an event that provided 50 hams to families in need during the Christmas holidays. Whereas Officer Lund volunteers to promote the police department at events such as National Night Out, Shop with a Cop, the Vernon Hills Police Expo, and other community-oriented events. And whereas Officer Lund and his wife Mary consistently hold family events at their house for members of the village to encourage esprit de corps, and therefore the members of the Round Lake Beach Police Department proclaim Officer Gary Lund to be deserving of a Community Service Award. And he also has a pen that he can wear on his shirt, as he already has a bunch of them, so he's going to add one. Congratulations, well done.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much. right, America, please. Big grin on your face. Thank you. All right, whereas it is the policy of the Round Lake Beach Police Department to recognize the exceptional community service of a member of the police department. And whereas Community Service Officer America Linus consistently stands out to her supervisors as a person who can be counted on and trusted with difficult community issues that could result in punitive action but are consistently resolved with compassion and empathy. And whereas Community Service Officer Linus manages a reconciliation process based on her established relationships with Lake County Animal Control that identifies expenses charged to the village, but she facilitates recouping costs associated with these fees. Whereas Community Service Officer Linus is seen by vendors as a resource to facilitate smooth and efficient operations by open access to her personal cell phone both on and off duty. Whereas Community Service Officer Linus volunteers her time in the community by participating in youth ministry programs to facilitate a positive influence on the lives of children. And whereas Community Service Officers Linus's family and friends will frequently find themselves volunteering for events within the community, such as National Night Out, Shop with a Cop, Lake County Police Expo, to name a few. That's right, Marissa, right? I see you out there, a lot of those things, right? Community Service Officer Linus's well-established ties to the community are commonly used to facilitate communication and trust for projects and events that could not be accomplished as smoothly without her. Therefore, the members of the Round Lake Beach Police Department proclaim Community Service Officer Linus to be deserving of this Community Service Award. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, best for last, right, Gardner? Join me, please. Officer Wade has been selected by his peers as the 2013 Officer of the Year. Whereas it is the policy of the Round Lake Beach Police Department to annually recognize the excellent work of village police officers. And whereas on January 22nd, 2014, the Awards Review Board met to recommend the 2013 Officer of the Year. And Officer Wade has stood out to his supervisors with his positive mental attitude, his productivity, and his consistent efforts to assist fellow officers. And whereas Officer Wade received special recognition for his contribution in apprehending suspects involved in a string of burglaries. And whereas Officer Wade exceeded standards set for his classification throughout the year. And whereas Officer Wade realized a professional goal this year by way of a dedicated work ethic, resulting in an assignment to the Investigations Division. And whereas Officer Wade consistently demonstrates quality in his extra assignments as an evidence technician and bike officer. And whereas Officer Wade volunteered his time and participated in Shop with a Cop. And whereas Officer Wade celebrates his accomplishment with his wife Heidi and their family. Therefore, the members of the Round Lake Beach Police Department proclaim Officer Gardner Wade to be deserving of the Officer of the Year for 2013. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Officer Tim Schuster has to give up his parking space. It's a shame because he has a nice car. Congratulations. You get a picture? You're tall, you're too tall. Yeah, get on the other side, you're too tall. Thanks. Also, to commemorate your Officer of the Year, we have a nice plaque for you.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Well done, you earned it.
Thank you.
Go shake your hand.
Well done, thanks.
Congratulations.
Gary, great job, keep it up. America, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you. Yeah.
I never take pictures.
That never miss.
Sure.
Most photographed man in town.
There you go. Yeah.
Rich had to throw one in on you, huh?
I thought you were pointing a laptop at us for some reason. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Once again, thank you, Mayor, for giving us this opportunity. Again, we have a lot of people that do a lot of good work here, and it's my absolute honor to present a few of them for the recognition tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you all to all the department that came out tonight to celebrate. It's always great to see the camaraderie between everyone working together like that. Thank you. Disappeared. Yeah, I'm getting used to it, I guess.
Yeah. Did we say something? Everybody's leaving?
No, we don't need him.
Yeah. We'll see everybody next year, Yeah.
Is there a clerk's report tonight?
No report tonight, thank you.
All righty, well, we have several items of business here tonight. We have item A, is a resolution declaring certain vehicle and associated equipment as surplus. We go through this several times a year as we come across items that we no longer need. In this case, it's a lot of old equipment from squad cars that don't fit the new cars. And we also have some vehicles also that we're going to be auctioning off. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by trustee Valdez, second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item B is a resolution approving a grant agreement with the Illinois Emergency Management Agency. Mobileye came under the village's wings several years ago. They've received a grant for, I think, $10,000 to purchase some equipment that they can use to help facilitate their mission out there on the streets, directing traffic, keeping the people safe around emergency situations, or around festivals or other big events in the area. That's great to see that they'll have that opportunity, and we want to make sure we approve this. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Look at the trustee Mount.
Second.
Second by trustee Valdez?
As.
No? No?
Motion by. Motion.
You think so?
I didn't say second.
I heard Larry first.
And that's in his bad ear. Whatever, Mayor.
I have a hearing aid for him.
Okay, well, trustee Mount and second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item C is an ordinance amending section 10-5-1-3 of the village code regarding water and sewer connection charges. We're trying to clarify some of the tap-on fees, when they're required, when they're not required, just to make sure there's no question of anything that's going on. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Smith,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. Again, any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's also approved 5-0. Item D is an ordinance repealing and replacing section 8-1-1, B, amendments 21 through 36 of the village code regarding fire protection systems. Several years ago, about 10 years ago, we passed a very rigid sprinkler code ordinance trying to be leaders in the area. We thought the other communities would follow, but they have not. So we're kind of out there by ourselves with the very strong restrictions. We have a lot of older buildings in town that will not be occupied, that haven't been occupied in the last 10 years. Due to the current requirements in place, you can't change the business use without putting sprinklers in, and as we all know, that's fairly costly, especially when you have to bore underneath the road. We found out how costly that really is, and in this economy, it's just not happening. So we want to go back to mirror the national code again. You all have the information in front of you. Any of the trustees have any questions on that? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk, second by trustee Smith. Once again, any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
That's also approved 5-0. Item E is a resolution of a 3-year contract to Crystal Maintenance Services in an amount not to exceed $26,940 per year. We bid out our custodial contract, and we got a real good price this year for the next 3 years. Different company. Their references all came back good, so I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by trustee Smith, second by trustee Mount. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item F is a resolution authorizing the appropriation of funds for our environmental mosquito management program in an amount not to exceed $39,280.50. This is our annual mosquito abatement contract. All the other villages around us do the same thing, at least I think a majority of them do. And altogether, we can continue to keep the mosquito population down. Unfortunately, we can't eradicate them, but we do keep it down through this program. I think for the future, some of the communities are looking at doing a contract altogether in order to either make the services more seamless or to help hopefully also bring our prices down. So we'll be talking more about that next year at this time. Is there a motion to approve?
Trustee Mattingly says aye.
Trustee
Second.
Manley approves. Motion. Trustee Mount seconds. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Nobody wants the mosquitoes, huh? Nobody? Something we can all agree on. Item G is a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement with the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County to establish a community-wide clothing and textile recycling program. SWACO's been trying to branch out. They went into the household chemical waste program, then they went into electronics. And now they're also trying to do something with old clothing. Clothing is probably one of the biggest items that are thrown out in the garbage stream. And a company that's going to be doing this is going to make rags out of them, so it doesn't have to be something that's in really good shape. This can't be all oily or dirty or, garbage stuff. But hopefully they can reuse these. And again, once you recycle, you take that for a second time through the system, and you cut in half basically what your waste stream. Any questions?
Thank you for qualifying that, Mayor, because I was questioning that at first, but when it said clothing or fabric, that we were going to impact the resale places or Goodwill or something like that.
No.
Thank you for qualifying that.
Certainly. Questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
trustee Mount, second by trustee Husk. Any questions?
Mayor, this is just the start of many things to come.
Yeah.
Because next, we're hoping to do a program on carpeting. And we've already got a facility in Zion. So, textiles is just another way to go to keep that out of the landfill. This stuff is not good enough to give to Goodwill, where they can resell it. So let's make rags out of it and do what we can. And it's also going to have handy-capable folks who will be able to utilize and have good-paying little jobs that'll be able to make those rags.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
No other questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item H is a resolution approving an agreement for engineering services with Rezek, Henry, Meisenheimer, and Gendy Incorporated related to the village's annual sanitary sewer television program, an amount not to exceed $23,840. We do have to televise 10% of our sewer system annually, according to our agreement with the Lake County for our sewer service through the CMOM program. We've done it a couple times now. We had a real good price in it last time, again, a good price for the televising. So we want to continue on with that, and then we'll make the repairs as we can, depending on how serious the repair needs and what kind of funds we have available for those repairs. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk, a second by trustee Smith. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item I is an ordinance approving an intergovernmental agreement revising and establishing the CENTCOM E911 Public Safety Communications Center and Operations Board of Directors and operating procedures for the enhanced 911 emergency telephone system. Barrington and I think it was the Countryside Fire Department, Barrington Fire Department broke into two. They used to be all one department. They'd contract out to each other, and they decided they had some disagreements as far as staffing and who was going to hire a number of guys. They split up, but they're still going to stay within our dispatch area. So we have to add them to our dispatch intergovernmental agreement because now there's two entities there instead of just one. So it's just more of a housekeeping issue than anything else. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Valdez.
Second.
Second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. That was our last item of business. It is now open to public participation. If you have a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone, give your name and address for the record, and either state your comment or ask your question. Well, thanks